Good morning, everyone. We begin our chanting universal well-being.
On? Okay. Can they hear him? For Jin Wei Shi? Can you say something?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Okay, good.
May I abiding well-being in freedom from affliction, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may I maintain well-being in myself. May everyone abide in well-being, in freedom from hostility, in freedom from ill will, in freedom from anxiety, and may they maintain well-being in themselves. May all beings released from all suffering, and may they not be parted from the good fortune they have attained. When they act upon intention, all beings are the owners of their action, and inherit its results. Their future is born from such action, companion to such action, and results will be their home. All actions with intention, be they skillful or harmful, of such acts there will be the heirs. So we continue reading the bowing journals and letters from the pilgrimage. Today is the entry from their master Heng Chao is April 12, 1978. On fear. Let's start with the quotes from Avatamsaka Sutra. They have left the view of self far behind and have no thoughts of self. Therefore, they have no fear of death. He well protects and guards his faculties. A Buddhist isn't afraid others will harm him. He only fears he will harm others. Buddhists don't fear taking a loss. They only fear they won't be in time to benefit others. So they are very careful and cautious about what they do. Why? They know that whatever they put out comes back. Good returns a good, harms comes back as a harm. A disciple of the Buddha is not distrustful or on his guard towards other people. Rather, he watches over his own door like a cat watches a mouse hole. One who guards himself needs no other protection. Without a self, what is there to fear? So today I want to talk about one of the topic of fear of death, specifically. But one of my hero, who since I heard about him, I'm kind of constantly inspired by his act. Talking about the Catholic priest, his name is Maximilian Kolbe. In 1941, he was arrested by Gestapo, the German police, for hiding some Jewish people, and as a punishment sent to Auschwitz concentration camp. sign up for very tough work team, watched over by, they call him bloody cropped, the ex-criminal, who especially give a very brutal treatment for Maximilian Kolbe. But the many prisoners says that although he was mistreated and brutally punished by this bloody cropped, he always maintained surprisingly calm. Others says that he was able, being at a place like Auschwitz, you can imagine, one of the most terrible places that humanity or lack of humanity created. So he maintained his faith, his dignity, and equanimity. He wrote to his mom just after, in June 15, from Auschwitz. Dear Mom, at the end of the month of May, I was transferred to the camp of Auschwitz. Everything is well in my regard. Be tranquil about me and about my health, because the good God is everywhere and provides for everything with love. It will be well that you do not write to me until we'll have received other news from me, because I don't know how long I will stay here. Cardinal greetings, Raymond. On the one occasion, the bloody cropped order to Maximilian Kolbe one of the heaviest stones. It was so tough for him that he collapsed. And seeing that this capo beaten him and left him in the mud for dead. But other prisoners secretly took over him and moved him to the prison camp, and he recovered. But the terrible things happened later. In July 1941, the SS soldiers find out that 10 prisoners escaped. 3 prisoners escaped from the camp. And the deputy commander ordered 10 men to be chosen to starve to death in underground bunker. One selected man, his name was Franciszek Gajowniczek, when he heard that he's selected, he cried out, my wife, my children. At this point, Maximilian Kolbe volunteered to replace him. And the Nazi commander replied, what does Polish pig want? And Maximilian calmly told him, I'm a Catholic priest from Poland. I would like to place, and he showed this man, because he has children and wife. He was very surprised and says, okay. So the 10 men was sent to the bunker for the slow death of starvation. And some report that Maximilian Kolbe in his cell led other prisoners praying and hymns to the Virgin Mary. When the guards came to his cell, often he was in the middle of the cell and and praying most of the time. The one prisoner here, I have, let me see. Bruno Brogowiec, a Polish prisoner who was charged with serving the prisoner, later gave report what he saw. The 10 condemned to death went through terrible days. From the underground cell in which they were shut up, there continually arose the echo of prayers and canticles. The men in charge of emptying the buckets of urine found them always empty. Thirst drove the prisoners to drink the contents. Since they had grown very weak, prayers were now only whispered. And every inspection, when almost all the others were now lying on the floor, Father Kolbe was seen kneeling or standing in the center, and he looked cheerfully in the face of the SS man. Father Kolbe never asked for anything and did not complain. Rather, he encouraged the others, saying that fugitive may be found and then they would all be freed. One of the SS guards remarked, "This priest is really a great man. We have never seen anyone like him." So after the 2 weeks, all the prisoners were found dead, but Maximilian Kolbe is still alive. And the SS guards wanted to empty out the cell, so they decided to execute him by lethal injection. So they came to him. He calmly accepted the execution, calmly raised his arm, and he passed away. So with his death, of course, the news spread in the whole Auschwitz and give a glimpse of light in this one of the most cruel places in the world, and become a symbol of kind of fearless dignity. And I think this is the one of the story we can say that someone's so deeply served to others, is willing to offer what is the most priceless, we can say, own life. The Franciszek Gajowniczek who survived, the man who was rescued by the Father Kolbe, survived the concentration camp, although his 2 children were killed in 1945 by Soviet bombs in their city, Rawa Mazowiecka. And Franciszek Gajowniczek was invited by Pope VI to Vatican, and he was witness beatification ceremony for Maximilian Kolbe in, I think, 1982. John Paul II canonized him. And Franciszek Gajowniczek passed away in 1995 at age 93. I personally even saw the cell. When I was in Auschwitz visiting, saw the cell, this bunker, when he and his 10 companions passed away. In the cell when Maximilian Kolbe was killed is the kind of a special gift from John Paul II when he visited Auschwitz, is the kind of a big candle, very touching and place. And so maybe for today, I can encourage, if anyone has act of courage, maybe we don't want to follow, or maybe someone is ready to act like Maximilian Kolbe, but to kind of Get out from the comfort zone. Maybe approach some stranger. Maybe say a few nice words to someone. Maybe nearby homeless person could receive a moment of attention, maybe a meal. Can we treat all the strangers as our family and show our kindness and compassion? We can try out. Okay, so this is the story for today, and now we have 3 steps, 1 bow practice.